Hello students, so in this video we will be solving the questions from Hyperbola, which is the last part from conic section. Before watching these videos, I recommend you to kindly watch the remaining part of conic section, that is circles, parabola, ellipse, and even straight lines if possible. Yes, so without much delay, let us enter into the question. The first question says, let the domain of the function, okay. Now, थोड़ा तो calculation करवाएगा भाई by the interval, तो पहले तो domain निकालना पड़ेगा, फिर once I think we find the domain, then we will get the values of m and n. Let the hyperbola have eccentricity. देखा तो उसने मतलब n का वैल्यू चाहिए एंड लैटस रेक्टम m का वैल्यू चाहिए, तो उसके बाद हमें b और a निकलेगा, तो शायद क्वेश्चन वैसे बनेगा. ठीक है, तो लेट अस ट्राई टू सॉल्व इट. सी सो लेट अस गो स्टेप बाय स्टेप. log x to the base 3 is defined if x is greater than 0. So likewise we should say log 5 log 7 9x minus x square minus 13 should be greater than 0. Not just this, also with respect to this particular log 7 9x minus x square minus 13 should be greater than 0, and with respect to this particular log, this should also be greater than 0, right? So if I take this particular inequality, since log the base is 5 which is greater than 1, so the log will be an increasing function, and if I apply anti-log, the inequality will not change. So we get log 7 9x minus x square minus 13 greater than 0. अच्छा ये तो G है. Now if I once again apply anti-log, because the base is greater than 1, again the inequality doesn't change. अच्छा, here I should be getting 5 raised to the power 0, dear students. It should be 1, sorry. Now it should be 7 raised to the power 1, that is 7. Now if I rearrange, I get minus x square plus 9x minus 20 is greater than 0, or we can even say x square minus 9x plus 20 is less than 0. So from here we can say x belongs to 4 comma 5, right? If I solve this inequality, I'll be getting x square minus 4x minus 5x. So we know that x belongs to 4 to 5, right? Now let us take the second part. Now here he says 9x, if I apply anti-log once again, 7 raised to the power 0 should be 1. And we get x square plus 9x minus 14 is greater than 0, or we can even say x square minus 9x plus 14 is less than 0. So from here we can say x belongs to 2 to 7 if I'm right, because minus 2x minus 7x is minus 9x. Now here is telling that x square minus 9x plus 13 is less than 0, dear students. X square minus 9x plus 13 is less than 0. Achha, here we will get irrational roots. So let me first find the root. X will be 9 plus or minus under root 81 minus 52, 81 minus 52, 81 minus 52, I think it is 81 minus 50 is 31 minus 2 is 29. I think this is 29 by 2. That means x belongs from 9 minus root 29 by 2 comma 9 plus root 29 by 2. I hope you have understood this part. Acha, root 29 is 5 point something. So even if we take 5, 9 minus 5 is 2, sorry, 9 minus 5 is 4, 4 divided by 2 is 2. If I take 5.5, 9 minus 5.5 is, okay, so let me draw the number line. So one thing he says, this is as per this 2 comma 7, and then we have 4 comma 5, right, in between them. So based on the first inequality or the first relation, we say x belongs from 4 to 5, and the second relation says x belongs from 2 to 7. Acha, this fellow 9 minus root 29 by 2 should definitely be less than 4, right? Because if, let us say it is 5. So 9 minus 5.5 should be 3.5. So 3.5 divided by 2 is 1.7, something like this. So let us say 9 minus root 29 by 2 is somewhere here, and 9, so 9 plus 5.5 should be 14.5 by 2 should be 7 so it should be definitely greater than 7. So he is telling that means the common region is this, right? That means x belongs from 4 to 5, right? This was an easy part, I think. So m comma n is nothing but I think m is 4 and n is 5, right? So based on this, let the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square have eccentricity as n by 3. So what is the eccentricity? That should be 5 by 3. Now if I square it, I get 25 by 9 is equals to 1 plus b square divided by a square. Let me just check the hyperbola. Yes, it is a standard hyperbola, so it should be 1 plus b square by a square. Acha, length of the lattice rectum is 8m upon 3, dear students. So length of the lattice rectum is 2b square by a is equals to 8m by 3. That means 8 by 3 into m is 4. So if I rearrange, we get b square by a is equals to 16 divided by 3. So from here we can write b square by a square is 25 by 9 minus 1, which is 16 by 9. So from here we can write 1 by a times b square by a is 16 divided by 9. Now we can write 1 by a times b square by a is 16 divided by 3, dear students. So I think if I cancel, I get a as 3. So what is he asking? He's asking us to find b square minus a square. That means we have to find the value of b square as well. So b square divided by 3 is 16 divided by 3. That means b square is nothing but 16 and a square is nothing but 9. So b square minus a square will be 16 minus 9. I think that is 7. So 7 should be the answer, dear students. That's it. Option 1 is correct. Right, now let us go to the next question. Next question says, let P 10 comma 2 root 15 be a point on the hyperbola. Okay, fine, it is a point on the hyperbola. So let me replace x with the 10, that is then x square will be 100 divided by a square minus 2 root 15 whole square will be 4 into 15, that should be 16 divided by b square is equals to 1. Acha, whose foci are s and s dash? Okay, so s will be ae comma 0 and s dash b minus ae comma 0, since it's a standard hyperbola. If the length of its lattice rectum is 8, okay, that means 2b square by a is 8, so b square will be equals to, I think, 4a. So if I replace this equation in this equation, I get 100 divided by a square minus 60 divided by 4a is equals to 1. So we get 100 minus 15a divided by a square is equals to 1. So a square is equals to minus 15a plus 100, or a square plus 15a minus 100 is equals to 0. Acha. So 20 into 5 is 100. I think we can write this as a square minus 5a plus 20a minus 100 is equals to 0. A into a minus 5 plus 20 times a minus 5 equals to 0. So therefore a minus 5 into a plus 20 is 0. So therefore a should be equals to 5, dear students. A cannot be minus 20 since a is the length of the vertex from the center, right? Now we need to find the square of area of triangle PSS. Okay, अच्छा P का coordinates दिया है भाई, S का तो हम निकाल ही सकते हैं. अच्छा, it's something like this. So P is somewhere here, S dash is somewhere here, S is somewhere here, right? And if I try to draw the actual diagram, let me try to draw the actual diagram, which will be something like this. Right. So P is somewhere here, S dash is somewhere here, and S is somewhere here. So he's asking us to find the, I think, square of the area or area. If I write, yeah, square of the area. So now we can simply make use of this fact. Let me call this as M. Now P has the coordinates as 10 comma 2 root 15. So PM will be equals to, 2 root 15, sorry. So PM will be 2 root 15, since that is the height of the triangle. And base is S dash, that is 2AE, right? Do we know E? I think we have to find E. Since A is 5, B square will be 4 into A, right? So it should be 4 into 5, that is 20. So E will be under root 1 plus B square divided by A square. It should be under root 1 plus 20 divided by 25. It should be under root 45 divided by 25. It should be 9. So this should be 3 divided by root 5. So base will be 2 into A is 5 and eccentricity is 3 divided by root 5. I think, yeah. So we get this as 6 root 5 as the base, and height is 2 root 15, right? Height is 2 root 15, base is 6 root 5. So the area of the triangle will be half into base into height. Height is 2 root 15. So we get this as 6 root 75, which is nothing but 6 into under root 25 into 3. So it should be 6 into 5 root 3. So this should be 30 root 3 is the area. So square of the area will be 900 into 3, which is 2700 square units. So 2700, I think, is option 4. That's it. That is correct. Now let us go to the next question, dear students. Next question says, okay, next question says if the line alpha belongs to or does not meet the hyperbola. Okay, so we will do one thing. Alpha x is equals to, or 2y is equals to 1 minus alpha x, dear students. Y will be 1 minus alpha x by 2. Achha, what are we doing here? we need to find the possible value of alpha. For that, we will replace a y in this equation. So we get x square minus 9 into 1 minus alpha x by 2 whole square is equals to 9. So we can write this as x square minus 9 divided by 4 into 1 plus alpha square x square minus 2 alpha x is equals to 9. So we can write this as x square minus 9 by 4 minus 9 by 4 x square alpha square plus 9 by 2 alpha x is equals to 9. So definitely we can take the LCM as 4. So we get 4x square minus 9x square alpha square plus 18 alpha x minus 9 divided by 4 is equals to 9. So we can write it here something like this. So we can write it as x square into 4 minus 9 alpha square plus x into 18 alpha minus 9 is equals to 36. So we can definitely write it as x square into 4 minus 9 alpha square plus x into 18 alpha minus 9 minus 36 is minus 45. Now since it's a quadratic equation in x, if this line does not meet the hyperbola, the discriminant should be definitely less than 0, dear students. So if you want, we can write it as 18 alpha whole square b square minus 4ac. Yeah, this should be less than 0. So 18 square should be 324 alpha square. 4 into 45, it should be 90 into 2. It should be plus 180 into 4 minus 9 alpha square. This should be less than 0. So 324 alpha square plus 180 into 4, 180 into 2 is 360 into 2 is 720 minus 9 into 9 is 81 into 2, it should be 1620, I believe. This should be, let me calculate. Yeah, it should be minus 1620 alpha square. So we get okay, minus 324 should be. So this should be 720 minus 1296 alpha square. Okay, so 1296 alpha square minus 720 should be greater than 0. So alpha square minus 720 divided by 1296 should be greater than 0. So I think 36 times 36 is 1296. So we can write 36 here, and 36 times 20 is 720. So we can definitely write alpha square minus, I think 4 times 5, 4 times 9. Yeah, alpha square should be greater than 5 by 9. So what is he asking? Possible value of alpha. Okay, so thoda calculation karna padega. Think 9 5 45. So it is alpha square should be greater than 0.55. Now let us see which option satisfies that. 0.5 whole square will be 0.25. Square of this, and square of this should be 0.36, square of this should be 0.49, and square of this should be 0.64. So alpha square should be greater than 0.55. That means I think option 4 should be the answer. That's it. Thank you for watching this video, dear students. Meet you with the next one.